Hello, I'm Scott Rouse, and I'm one of the co-founders of AHA Notes, and this is just a short walkthrough of AHA and how it works. It first starts with the app. So we have figured out how to scan notes. So this will work on your big whiteboard in your room, on your own notebook, or any scrap piece of paper that has some value for some idea that you're building. So here's a picture of our business card. It then prompts you for the title. And the title is any part that you're going to remember. We clean it up so that visually it's a lot easier to scan. You choose your folder, there's your note, but more importantly, there's your list. So every single one of these notes I remember, and I remember from seeing and just simply scanning within this list. It is not a tiny thumbnail, it is not a timestamp name. It is something that fits in my digital world that I can remember by simply walking around my folder system. That is the primary way that we find things. Now for those things that I have forgotten about, we also have image to text, so I can search for Einstein here. And you can see down here that that's where I wrote it, and that's what was interpreted into the EI that I searched for. Anything that's printed, this works beautifully, and with a little practice you can actually hit pretty much any word that you want and tag your notes any which way that you like. From there, a traditional notebook doesn't make a lot of sense, so you don't want this big bound piece of paper that you have to archive. So we made an extendable notebook with a magnetic spine. So we have these inserts of a whiteboard, a clear whiteboard as well. The notebook itself has the magnets in the spine, so it all comes together and is a beautiful portable notebook. So the really fun thing of having a notebook that does this and is as composable as it is we can now start doing things like this. So this is a regular sheet of paper with some dots printed on it, folded directly in half. The notebook is 5.5 by 8.5, so it fits perfectly. And there you go, instant structure. So now I have a dot grid to start walking around and actually building things on top of in the moment as well. Just as spontaneous as a notebook, but a little bit of structure just to make things work really well. Now this extends to a lot of really interesting things. So imagine just doing a simple to-do list, but instead of having to have everything transcribed into text, we take little bitty images of every single one of your items and we use that. But within the app, it understands now, and you can actually set some to resolved or to move them around whichever way you like, and it opens this world, this connection between physical notes and analog notes, or physical notes and digital notes in a way that just hasn't been done yet. Now the really fun thing is that we also can put anything we want into this notebook. So here is a paper insert that also composes just as quickly and easily, and if you can imagine printing out some very specific domain things within this book, we now have something that composes just as quickly, which is pretty awesome. So this is a pretty exciting place, and all of these things that we print behind it can then become part of the game when we start scanning them, because the app can now start understanding some of these other structures that you're putting behind there, and we can start rooting into this space that has been largely ignored till now, which is really awesome, spontaneous note-taking or data capture that is primarily human. Doesn't necessarily need to be transcribed into numbers or text, but needs to be done in a way that's easy to capture but still easy to find. And that's where we're at. That's what we're hoping to solve. So that is AHA Notes. So if you find this interesting at all, please follow up on ahanotes.com and have fun. Thank you.